Farmers are losing buyers, auto workers are guarding new EV jobs. So China offers a swap. Drop the EV tariff, then drop the canola tariffs. Can Canada protect both?
Last year, Ottawa followed the U.S. in October 2024 with a 100% EV surtax on Chinese-made vehicles. They also layered on 25% measures touching Chinese steel and aluminum this summer. We did it right after the United States raised its tax. The idea was simple: protect Canadian auto jobs and stay aligned with our biggest trading partner, the USA.
So we copied the US because we were worried about blowback if we didn't. If Canada went a different way, we risk getting hit somewhere else, like new taxes on steel and aluminum. So Ottawa chose a big, simple wall, 100% on all Chinese EVs instead of a smaller, more targeted tool that only hits companies that are proven to be unfair.
And while we were busy playing Washington's sidekick, China hit back hard. They put 100% on oil and meal in March 2025 and 75.8% duty on seed in August 2025. The fallout was instant. Prairie exports to China collapsed. They were down over 70%. Farmers who used to ship billions in canola a year are now watching it pile up in their bins.
Obviously, following the states didn't pay off for Canada. Then in 2025, Trump came in and slapped huge tariffs on us and pitted Canada against the US in a way bigger, wider trade fight. So we aligned with Biden and still got caught in Trump's crossfire.
And last week, Trump threatened even bigger tariffs on China. But now, we have a chance to get out from under the US's thumb. If we copy everything Washington does, our costs will keep rising and our plan will keep changing. That is not a stable strategy for Canada.
It's brutal right now. Saskatchewan and Manitoba farmers are calling it a two-front trade war. One we didn't even start. First, the US squeezes us, then China retaliates, and somehow we're the ones bleeding cash. Grain bins are filled up, cash got tight, farmers delayed sales. This is what blanket tariffs do. Families in small towns, they feel it first.
So China's ambassador put the offer on the table. He said if Canada drops the 100% EV tariff, China will drop the canola tariffs. That would reopen our biggest market for canola and give Canadians more EV choices while we still keep smart rules to protect auto jobs.
There's the other side. The auto workers and the parts makers. They're saying don't drop the EV tariffs or you'll undercut the factories we're trying to build here. They argue that some Chinese EVs are heavily subsidized, and if we open the door overnight, well then we risk losing Canadian jobs before they're even created.
And that's the tension. Prairie farmers want the canola market reopened now. Auto workers want protection while Canada scales up batteries, assemblies, and parts. Both are right about their risks. Hey, this isn't a social media fight, it is a national balancing act.
So the choice for Prime Minister Carney is a hard one, right? Do we take the deal, drop the blanket EV tariff, reopen China for our farmers, and use targeted rules to protect our auto sector? Or do we keep the wall and keep hurting prairies?
Meanwhile, Prairie premiers are losing patience. Manitoba's Premier Wab Kinew wrote to Prime Minister Carney and called this a critical moment. He said every day these tariffs stay, the harm to producers deepens. He pointed to major losses in pork and sharper price drops in canola.
He also laid out the path. Take the ambassador's offer, remove the EV tariff in exchange for full access for Canadian canola and pork, creating jobs and stability for rural communities.
And Saskatchewan is saying the same thing. Support farmers and stop the bleeding. And stop pretending this is going to fix itself. The longer we wait, the more bills pile up in the prairies. All while Ottawa argues about optics. This isn't about looking tough, it's about doing what works.
So the question isn't whether China's bluffing, it's why we're still fighting Trump's battles while prairie farmers are paying the price. It's time Carney called Trump's bluff as well. You don't rebuild sovereignty by hiding behind someone else's tariffs.
According to a McMaster University study, Canada's auto market is now even more dependent on the US. It's because we block the world's most affordable EVs. This analysis argues that our tariff wall deepens dependence on the US, and slows decarbonization.
Trump's tariff talk has been whiplash. Threats of 100% on China, fresh hits on Canada and Mexico steel and autos, then market calming hints while the Trumps rake in billions. Now, Ottawa mirrored DC to stay aligned and got 0 brownie points for it.
Even Carney said sector by sector deals with the US will matter more than a single grand bargain. He knows alignment doesn't guarantee safety. Canada needs leverage, and China's canola switch, that's leverage.
We're not saying let everything in. We're saying stop using one giant 100% tax on every Chinese EV. Instead, use smaller, smarter rules.
If a company is proven to get big, unfair help from its government, we add a matching extra tax to only that company's cars. If a company is proven to sell cars here below fair price, we add a different extra tax for that. If a company plays fair, hey, it can compete.
That's what targeted WTO defensible tools means. Rules that are legal under world trade law because they're based on proof. It's the same idea Europe uses, company by company based on real evidence.
And then pair that with investment conditions. Let top EV brands compete here if they localize assembly, share tech, or source Canadian critical minerals. If an automaker wants to sell a lot here in Canada, they should also build here. Assembly, battery modules, supplier contracts. Canadian workers need to be on the line, and that's how we protect factories while opening consumer choice.
Next, we need to enforce strict safety, cybersecurity, and data rules for all connected vehicles, no exceptions. And set clear standards, audit them, and fine non-compliance.
And deliver Prairie relief the same day. Announce cash flow support and logistics to help farmers that trigger the moment China lifts its canola tariffs. Farmers need certainty now, not later.
And that's the balance, right? Farmers get their buyers back, auto workers get a runway to compete, and Canadian consumers, they get more affordable EV options. And Ottawa replaces a blunt wall with smart guardrails.
If we do nothing, the prairies keep bleeding. If we drop everything, the auto sector takes a hit. If we do this the Canadian way, which is targeted rules, local jobs, real enforcement, we protect both.
So here's the decision. Do we keep the headline that hurts both sides, or do we take the deal and pair it with Canadian guardrails that actually work?
We can save farms and build factories at the same time. And that's our idea for the pivot. Now it's up to Ottawa to see if they can make it real.
The Huawei Meng-Wanzhou saga nuked trust between Canada and China. Canada arrested her on a US request. Both Michaels were jailed, and years later the US dropped charges after a deferred prosecution agreement, and Meng left. It was a US-driven case that cost Canada big diplomatically.
And it's that history that is why we should stop doing Washington's reflexes by default. Reset the relationship on Canadian terms.
Carney can choose prairie prosperity and EV affordability over performative alignment. So drop the blanket tariff, demand investment, rescue canola. That's sovereignty.
Now let us know in the comments below, what do you think Canada should do? Should we just keep the tariffs and hope that Trump is reasonable with his Kuzma deal? Or should we start making deals elsewhere?
And if you like this video, like, subscribe, and ring that bell and watch the next video. Canada Strikes Back, Trump's tariffs, US agents, and a sovereignty showdown. We connect the dots. How Canada builds leverage beyond Washington.
And if you want to support this channel, you can become a member of the A-Team, and you can have your name right here. And you can check out our store and get some Canadian merch, or subscribe to our Substack. It helps keep this channel independent.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.